Hey YouTube, how's it going? J Mayhem back with another review. Today I picked up, I picked it up a while ago, but today we're gonna review this Velocity Style Dripper Tank by Ivogo Designs. See, that's what she looks like. There's obviously glass that goes on the bottom. I just have it apart for purpose of the review. So we'll drop down. We'll take a look at it. I'll show you guys the deck. It is a Velocity deck. It's a little hard to wick this thing. It can be a pain, but I'll wick it quick and show you guys how I do it. And then we'll come out, vape on it, talk on it, and that'll be about it. Alright, let's turn the camera down and take a look at this thing. So, this is the package. It came in a little tin, doesn't say anything on the bottom, but it pops open, and it pretty much came just like this. Pretty much came just like this. It has a glass piece here, and it has this little O-ring, this little steel ring to hold your glass onto these two bottom O-rings, and it has a Velocity deck. I got some fuse claptons in there that I made earlier. And as you can see underneath those fuse claptons, let me get something to point at them with. There we go, here's a screwdriver. Underneath those fuse claptons, like here, here, and here, and here, and here, are holes for your wick that go down into this tank area. You can kind of see them there, where they come down through the metal. And then underneath this coil here, you can see it at that angle, right underneath this coil, right there, is a fill hole. So you got to get the tip of your bottle in there. So let me put this thing together. We got the glass. The glass slides over the whole thing and sits down like that. Then this steel ring goes over top of that and holds your glass into place. But before we do that, I'll show you guys how I wick it real quick. I like to keep my glass off to wick it. It just makes it easier in my opinion. So we'll screw this on to my IPv3 Li. It does have a copper center pin. It does have some Ivogo designs. You can see that on the bottom. It says the serial number. Mine is 858. So screw this down on here. The 510 on this thing does not protrude. I haven't tried to adjust it because I don't want to end up separating the deck from the tank piece. So I'm just gonna say it's not adjustable. If anybody can prove me wrong on that or anything, leave a comment and I will correct myself. But get some of this stuff out of the way. So let's get some. I'm using cotton bacon. I'm gonna wick this up. God, that bag was hard to open for some reason. So we'll take a piece of cotton bacon out. It's actually way too thick for what I'm going to do with this. Even with 3mm coils on here, it's way too thick. Let's see if I can do this on camera for you guys. I'm going to pinch that down to like almost, yeah, that's alright. So we'll do normal wicking. You twist one end down, line it up and feed it through. So, alright. That one's through. It's actually wicked really nice. It's pretty snug in there. It doesn't really move around, but it will shift the mod around. Let's see if I could match that on this side. Pull off a little sliver. Twist up one end. This might be a little bit thicker than the other side, but whatever, for the purpose of the video it works. So we'll twist up one side and get it fed through there. Yep, that's a little bit tighter than the other side, but oh, I ripped it a little bit. It's no big deal. Alright, now the way I do this is I take one end of it, I kind of fold it down over top of everything and make sure they're long enough where they will touch the bottom of where that glass piece is, like that. And then let me find my scissors. I just had them. I don't know where I could have put them. There they are. So I know if I hold this down, right where my finger is the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to want to try to cut right there, giving it a little bit of space to compensate for this lip clearance here. See how I got a little bit of space before it touches the bottom. And we're going to do that pretty much with all 4 little wick leads coming off. So push that down, and push this down, and we will push this down. Alright, so as you can see, it's pretty uniform. I'll take all this other bits. I can save this bit for later. All the little bits I'm going to throw right out. So the way I do this is I take each side and I kind of fan it out. See how it's flattened out and fanned out? And I cut it down. You don't want to block off those wick holes so much. So see how now it's kind of tapered? I could actually probably get a little bit more off of it. And I'll turn it and flatten out this side. And kind of, it's a little bit of a pain. Kind of do the same thing, like thin this side out. Let's see if I can fan it out a little bit more and get a little bit more off of that. Alright, so that's a little bit better. See how it's thinner? And then so, alright. So they're all kind of thinned out a little bit. Alright, now this is the difficult part. It's feeding. Oh, I got samples of e-juice rolling around all over the place. It's a mess. I got little bits of wire from making coils. But, alright, let's see if I can do this on cam. What I try to do is take the very tip, kind of tuck it around, and find the hole underneath. Okay? Poke it right down in there. So, as you can see, maybe a little bit. Get my tweezers right here. It's starting to pop out. So I just grab that and kind of pull it down so it touches the bottom of the deck. Alright, and then we do that all the way around. This is probably going to be a little bit of a long video. Sorry guys. Because I'm doing this live with no cuts or no editing. I don't have great editing software, so everything I do is live right now. So, alright, now you can see this side's down, this side's pulled down. It's got some remnants of some older juice on there because I didn't really clean it, but I'm probably going to use the same juice. So, same thing. Take this in, find the hole, drop my Allen key all over the place, kind of stuff the hole. I'm getting a text message. Tuck the hole. Tuck it into the hole. So that hole's stuffed. I got some wick coming down. I mean, I haven't found a great technique for this yet. This is just what I've been doing. If anybody has a better technique and you can kind of like link me to a video or walk me through it, that would be awesome. So there's 3. We'll get this one. Alright, so now they're roughly at the point where all the wicks are pulled through to the point where they will be touching the deck. See, there's 1, 2, then 1, 2. So after that, it's just putting it together. Glass slides over the top, fits snug down on those bottom O-rings. You take your little locking ring and screw it down. If I catch the threads, tighten it down. Alright. So now to filling it. Let's see. I'm going to use some Choo Choo, the shiz, which is like a cereal yogurt. It's actually really good. Really good. I'm surprised this bottle's been around so long. But this side here, I don't know if you can see it, barely in between this cut and here is your fill hole. So you kind of got to stuff that down and squeeze. And squeeze it down into that little tank on the bottom. But the problem is, what can happen when you decide that you would do absolutely anything to become rich and powerful? Squeeze it down into the tank. But you are preaching to the wrong choir. All I'm saying is, when you were kids, did you dream about becoming a savvy investor one day? Did you think with his wallet instead of his heart? I know I did. I wanted to be a fireman. Alright, I think that's a... No, I could probably fill it up a little bit more. You just kind of let it tip to the other side and settle down. Alright, yep, that seems about full. As you can see, there's a little air bubble pocket right there. That's about as full as I'm going to get it. So I can see already the bottom part of my wick right here is wet. I don't know if it's from any excess that may have came into the deck or if it's wicking up, but get these coils wet. Alright, those look all nice and saturated. I'm just going to kind of get my fine tip tweezers in here, kind of move some wick around. Alright, so that looks good. Let's see, I got it on my IPv3 Li. I got a 0.2 ohm build in here with these fuse Claptons, and it says 75 watts. So it's firing. It's same thing as a velocity cap. It's just it's like a little bit stubbier but I think that's to make up so it's not so tall. It's like the Velocity Mini. It's got the same top, screws in. I don't know if you saw it in the tin, but there is the same Velocity style 510 drip tip adapter where you just screw it in there to put your own drip tip on there. Everything works like a Velocity. This one just has a tank underneath. So there is a little, I don't know if you can see it, just like the Velocity, there is a little notch right there where the tip of my screwdriver is. That lines up with a little notch cut into this side of the post. You can see that there. So you line that up, snaps right down, and we'll come back up to the face view and we'll vape it. So that's it. You can see there is liquid in there. And it vapes. Same airy airflow like a Velocity. Like I'm running it full open with you can't see it because I got the black version, but there you go. With the little mouth, as people say, open, and both little eyes. So it's direct and indirect airflow. And it works just like a Velocity. Let's see how well these are working. Like, those 2 poles, it doesn't look like it's drying out. You can kind of hold it. Not really drying out. Looks like it's wicking alright. Alright, so that was 10 seconds, the mod cut off. And the wicks are still wet. So I guess that wicking technique really does work. You can kind of see the wicks hanging down in there a little bit. So that works. That works better than the last time I did it. So that's about it. That's about all I have for this. If you know the Velocity, you know the deck, the 2-post deck. Super easy to build on. If I compare it to anything, um, it's like the Haze dripper tank, but with a Velocity deck. Is really what it is. That's all it is. So that's it. That's what I have for the ivogo Velocity dripper tank. It's a little weird to build on, I'll be honest. It's a little weird to build on. Not that it's weird to build, I should say. It's weird to wick. Getting in there with something small like an Allen key and stuffing the wick down through those holes and having to get up in there and pull it down. It's a little bit, for its practicality, it holds 2 mils of juice, roughly 2 mils of juice. For its practicality, it's kind of a pain in the ass to build, well, to wick, and then it's only 2 mils, so it's really not going to last you forever. It goes dry pretty quick, and then you're refilling it, so you got to carry juice with you anyway, unless you're just running down to the store or you're only going out for a little while or something. So I'd rather just have, my personal opinion is I'd rather just have the Velocity and just drip normally. It is pretty cool. It is a nice idea. If I was to lose it, would I go out and purchase one? No, I probably wouldn't. I saw them listed online. They're not expensive at all. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. They're in like the $20, $30 range. So if you're interested in having a little tiny 2 mil tank on the bottom of your Velocity dripper, pick one up. I'll post a link in the description where you can pick it up. I think I saw it on 101 Vape or 3F Vape or something like that. I'll post a link in the description. Check it out if you want to. This is already getting a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up. Doesn't matter what you're vaping on. Just stay away from cigarettes. There's a lot of stuff going on with call to actions. Call your legislators and stuff. If you're in one of the areas that's being affected by these ridiculous standards and regulations and everything that they're trying to put on vaping, do your part. Give them a call. Let them know how you feel about it. I will put a link into the link in the description to the CASA website. They have really good links. They let you know exactly what's going on, when the calls to action are. And that's it. I'll see you guys later, YouTube.